Scorpio, how you doing? Welcome to your Astroflower reading going from the 11th through to the 17th of September. Yeah, did you see your aura reading? Did you see that? Your aura and your chakra reading? I hope you did. Anyway, it's very hot here. Very humid. It's, I don't know what it is in Fahrenheit, but it's 30 odd degrees in centigrade, and it's very heavy, so you know, very hot. Let's see what's going on with you. First reading here, Queen of Cups. So this is the overall energy that's sort of playing out through you at the moment, vibrating that energy. And this is what I said. It was funny, it was in your aura and chakra readings. Basically, you had this thing going up in the upper echelons of your thing, and this is what you want to vibrate that sort of you know, you want to resonate that sort of like that beautiful energy, that's sort of very loving, happy-go-lucky sort of vibration. That's what's really inside you. That's what wants to come out. You know, and the overall energy is encouraging you to do this. It's encouraging you to have that sort of like happy-go-lucky vibe about you. It's certainly bringing into your life as well. So that's really good. Let's see what's on your karmic path on your relation side. Temperance. So patience, and this is what we saw as well in the aura and chakra reading, because down below there's a lot of stuff going on in the lower parts of your aura and your energies, and there's a little bit of calculation going on, because you're coming into autumn period now, and it's going to slow down. You're going to have a lot more sort of reflections about what you've been doing over the past year, what you want to be doing for the coming year. It's a question of energy and the way energy cycles. It has a circular sort of effect to it. So in the last sort of 3 months before your birthday, it's like the autumn period. That's when you sort of judge how you've been over the past year and how you've been, what you want to be doing over the coming year, basically. And yeah, it's, I think, patience with yourself more than anything. Well, patience with yourself. Maybe it's patience with the outside. I don't think you really want to have patience with the outside world, do you? But, you know, have patience with the situation then. In that case, you know, as much as yourself as the outside world, really, in regards to relationships. You know, just don't put any pressure on this week here. Just let things fly, let things flow, you know what I mean? So yeah, this is how the universe is introducing the energy to you. This is like the beginning of that pathway again, and it's introducing thoughts about, you know, what you've been doing in your relationship over the last year and what you want to be doing in the coming year. This is the leap of faith in a way. Now, because you've had a really good run over the last sort of 2 or 3 months, really good vibrating energy, you know, good energy coming your way, really. And with that good energy, it's, you now know you can go so much further than you thought. And that's the thing. And having faith and believing in yourself is really important. And I think this is also true for your relationship side. It's the starting of a new journey. The universe is gradually bringing it in. You might just see it on the periphery around you at the moment. Yeah, it's the universe is bringing in a whole new leap of faith. It's time to go from the caterpillar to the butterfly, or at least to make your what's it called, Crepolis? No, Cropolis? No, I've forgotten what it's called now. And look at that, that's where you've come from, the King of Swords. So the King of Swords is connecting your past to your future. The King of Swords is all about judgment, really. It's all about rules and regulations, putting things in order, seeing the clear path, having the path clearly defined through laws and regulations, agreements, that sort of thing. That's where you're sort of coming from, in a place now where you sort of know the situation, you know what's around you, and this is why I think you've got that bubbly feeling. Because you know it, it makes you feel a lot more secure, makes you feel a lot more freer, basically. What's coming up on the... is this what you're working to? A painful situation? It's possible, obviously, for some of you. You might be going into a situation where things need to be curtailed, finished, over, done with. Painful episode in your life. It is a bit of a rain cloud here that's sort of come through here, and it's I think there's some realizations as well, maybe about you and your partner, or you and a family member or a friend or something like that. It could be, it doesn't necessarily have to be your partner. And I think it's a realization that causes you the pain. That maybe you thought someone was like they were, but they're not. And I think this causes you sort of like a little bit of pain. I'm really trying to dig out the best side of it, but I think it's like, I think you know this in a way. And I think you have to sort of go through it. You got to face certain facts. If you want to get on, if you want to move on in relationships, you're going to have to face certain facts. And your future self, it gives you this rite of passage. I think this situation needs to be dealt with. And it was all great when the energy is really bubbling and vibrant and everything like that. You don't have to face it, and you can look out for new things. But if you're not advancing, the reason you're not advancing is because there's something here that needed to be dealt with. And yes, it's being dealt with. And as it's being dealt with, you're getting this rite of passage to calmer shores. It certainly comes from a really good place. There's a new cycle that's happening here. I actually think it's a good thing for you, this Three of Swords. I think it's going to clear the air. I think it's going to clear a lot of things out of your way as well, which allows you to then go on to much better sort of position in the future. And I think that's what that temperance, that patience is all about as well. You want to go quickly, but there's things that needed to be sorted out. As I said earlier on, you can see it in your chakra and your aura reading, basically. And this is what I think you're working on this. I think you're working on to bring this pain to an end, or this relationship that just is not a fair exchange, is not making you happy, maybe. And as I said, it doesn't necessarily mean your partner. It could also mean, a friend or a family member, or, a colleague at work, or that sort of thing. But it's very much in a personal aspect here, really. And you want, I think you need to have that vibrant energy there to float through this. We'll see what comes out in the Light Seers cards and see how that sort of like, how we get some clarification on that. Let's see what's going on your financial side. You got the Seven of Cups. Yes, I think it's a case of not rocking the boat at the moment, following the most evident path, following the path in your career path or your business and your projects. Whatever you're doing, just keep doing it. Keep following the path. Keep going towards your dreams, your goals, and your ambitions, basically. Heading towards that place. I think that's really important. And you know where you should be going, I think. What's the universe trying to influence this karmic path by? They're trying to install or encourage a lot of passion within your environment that is around you. They're also trying to sort of encourage you to get a bit more sort of sociable, connecting with other people, leading by example through your passions for what you do. So yeah, I think it's all in all, I think, yeah, following on your path at the moment. I believe that on the relationship side, there's stuff to deal with that's probably taking up a lot of your time, energy and effort and stuff like that. What's your past from? Yes, this is feeling stuck. Eight of Swords, emotionally drained. But I think this is a long thing. I think maybe this is coming back up on the surface. Something that's happened to some time ago that sort of like you haven't quite got free of it at the moment. Or you haven't stepped up to the plate and just taken the position that you should be taking, really. But I do think there's freedom coming from that. I think it's like getting on a boat that's tied to the pontoon, undoing the front, ropes and tow lines, and but forgetting to do the back ones and heading off, and then realizing, dunk, oh no, we're still tied up. I think it's something like that. I don't think it's anything major. I just think there's something that's holding you back from your past, that you haven't got clear blue water, basically, and you need that clear blue water. Keeping your head down and working through this week, because I think that side there is going to be much more important. You haven't got time to mess around in your sort of financial or your, or your career path and stuff like that at the moment, because you know there's something to be dealt with within your personal life. But it's like you're saying to yourself, just keep your head down, keep working, keep going through. Don't worry, don't get carried away. Don't let them get you down. That sort of thing. And that's a good thing, I think, here for this week here, most certainly. And what's the overall outcome? The Four of Cups. As you keep your head down and everything like that, that's when you might notice around you some work colleagues or other businesses, or not, who are in competitors with your business, or people around your projects and stuff like that. You're going to notice that they're not being just, they're not being fair, they're not being, not necessarily not honest, but it's just like it's like you've put down your mobile somewhere, you put down your phone somewhere, they know where your phone is, and you're kind of looking for your phone, they're not going to tell you, and you just kind of think, wow, where's the justice in this? And I wouldn't think like that, because it will only bring you back to that. And I think that sort of attitude or that sort of positioning within you that is what's holding you back. And here is a moment to break free of that with that Ace of Cups, which is just there. And you've done so much, and all your energy over the last sort of 2 or 3 months has been amazing, really has been amazing. And it should have opened your eyes to something that is far greater and far more beautiful in you. And when you realise that, then even in the hard times, you can still bring that forward and keep moving on. Because a lot of the hard times is, sometimes people just trying to hold you back. And I wouldn't allow them to do it, basically. It's a pointless thing. So, let's give it a bit of clarification on the Light Seers card. I've also done the energy update on my sister channel, which is called Cymatic TV. It's linked below. It's all about how the energy is coming through the sun, comes through the earth, comes through us, how it activates and integrates with our chakras. And we get a message from the earth, and we get this chakra sequencing, which helps us to deal with situations, basically, if we know the timing, if we know the rhythm of what is going on. So yeah, you'll find that linked in the description below. You'll also find links to private readings and also an email to my workshops and everything like that, which the information should be on your inbox. If you've sent me an email, you should have had that in your inbox by now. If you haven't, do drop me another email and I will make sure it's sent across. You might find it in your junk or your or your bin, whatever it is. So go and have a look at that as well. But yeah, you should have it in your email thing, and that's for all workshops, UK, United States and Australia. Okay, here we go. Let's see what's going on in the clarification. The cards are going all over the place. Cards are going all over the place. Let's just see what's going on with the clarification with the Light Seers card. What's this Queen of Cups all about? Because a very vibrant energy. Yeah, I think this is a case of I think the overall energy here is helping you to understand and to realise that you can produce that buoyant, beautiful energy which helps you to move on, helps you to get further on in life, helps you to progress in your plans and your projects and within your love as well, within your relationships. And you've got to nurture that within you. You've got to play with it a bit. I think allowing yourself to sort of connect to those lovely vibrations that are within you. On the relationship side, on your karmic message, you get the sun. Yes, I think this is all about that sort of bringing that sun, that happiness to the surface within you. And as you do, I think you have realizing that there is things to be dealt with. And when you deal with them, you will be a lot happier. But you've got to be a little bit patient here. And I said patient with the outside world, maybe. Patient with the situation and stuff like that. But it's only, the reason you've got to be patient is because you're heading towards your happiness. And I wouldn't abandon that pathway at all. And I would be honest with yourself, honest with the other people, and be straight with them. Tell them what the score is. With the Fool, you get the Four of Cups. We've already had the Four of Cups up there. Yes, when things start slowing down and in the autumn period, yes, we can see things from the past and etc. And we can sometimes feel a little bit hard done by. But in reality, karma will get that for you. It'll pick up that tab for you. So don't worry about it. Look to the future. Look towards your that Ace of Cups, because the Fool card is really is a whole brand new beginning. It's the first card in the deck. It's the very beginning, and this is that leap of faith into your happiness. Basically, now is the time, Scorpio. You get another 4 here on the King of Swords as well. I think this is through judgment. I think this is where, I think you've realised something. You've understood something that is within you about your relationships that are around you. And that realisation is actually going to bring a lot of healing to you, because you're going to be able to enact upon it. And once you can enact upon it, at that moment there, you can really start developing your happiness in a really long-term sense, which really frees you up. So what's this Three of Swords all about? It's the first time I've seen the Three of Swords with you, Scorpio, in the last 4 or 5 months. So, I think it is pretty major. Let's have a look. I'm getting this sensation that you're being let down by the outside world. That's what I think the pain is. I think you've it's like you've planned to go on holiday with someone, and the last minute they turn around and say, "Oh, I can't go." So what do? You're stuck. You're supposed to go on holiday by yourself. Yeah, I would. You'll probably meet a lot of people out there, or just put the offer out and say, "Look, 1 ticket going. Anybody want to come?" And I think it has to do with plans that you have made. So it could be plans to go away for the weekend. It could be plans to move in with someone. It could be plans to go into a relationship with someone or something like that. And it seems to have, something seems to have gone awry. And I don't think it's you, Scorpio. I think it's more of a case of the people that are around you more than anything else. So let's just see what this Six of Swords is all about. Yeah, I think you are yourself taking yourself to higher ground. Blow them. Who cares? You know what I mean? If they're not looking out for your interests as much as you're looking out for theirs, what are you doing? I think here is like you're going to be self-dependent and create your own sort of vibration, your own sort of engagement with other people in the world. And I think it's going to be really, you're going to feel victorious. And this is what, you may get that sensation of that, yes, karmic justice for the situation. And as you do move to quieter or calmer shores, I think you're going to feel a lot better and a lot happier about who you are, basically. Let's just have a look what's going on the financial sort of side here. Keeping your head down. It had to come out sooner or later, that Ace of Cups. I'm just trying to work out whether it's you who's offering it or it's being received coming into you. I think if you keep your head down, actually, I think you're going to open up, as you might be sort of like working out, what pathway you want to take, what career you want to do, what business, how you want to take your business on and everything like that. If you keep your head down and keep going forward, I think there is an offering that you are creating, basically. according to what you so wish to do within your workspace. And it's because you're keeping true to your evident path of where you should be going and what you should be doing, that you're going to get this offering coming into you. With the Knight of Wands, you get the Six of Pentacles. I think this is a case here. The universe is sort of saying, rely on your passions for life. Rely on your passions for what you're doing in the way of career, in the way of business, and so forth. I think it's going to put you in a position where you can be helpful to others in the future, but it's got to make sure that you're okay first. And when you do that, that's when I think you're going to start opening the doorway where people are going to recognize the good quality within you, which is going to then sort of say, Scorpio, they're very dependable, they're very reliable, they're very good at what they do. Yeah, I think we should give them a promotion. That sort of thing. And and as long as you stick to your guns as well, according to your business, people will realize, you're worth every penny. You're worth it. With the Eight of Swords, you get the Tower. The clearing away of things is going to free you, basically. The Tower moment is, I think it's already come and gone, but I think you're still tied to that tower that's collapsed. And I think this is where you've got to sort of break those chains. And I'm not sure you're going to break it this week. I think you might realise it this week. And then, of course, after that, when you realise it, it's a case of, how am I going to set myself free? And I think you'll probably see that in the next sort of like 2 weeks or something like that, as you come closer to your birthday season. And I think it's going to become very obvious. And that's when you're creating and cultivating that Ace of Cups, that one cup, following the evident path. There's only one cup out of that that's shining, that cup there. And that's what you should be following. And as you do follow it, that's when the offerings come in. So I think here is from the past. There's something from the past that, that caused you a bit of angst, caused you a bit of situation, basically. Bit of a tower moment, bit of a real sort of change of events in the past. And you've worked your way out of this, I think. With the Eight of Pentacles, you've worked your way out of this. And through this good work that you're doing, paying attention to the smaller detail, and I think that's what that Eight of Pentacles is all about, where you're going towards. Concentrating on the smaller detail is going to bring you into alignment with other people that are around you. And that's what that Three of Cups there on the Four of Cups is going to be replaced. So I wouldn't worry or look for justice or something along those lines, because I think it's going to be created anyway, because you're moving into a new something that's much more enjoyable in your life, much more satisfying basically for you. What's going on for the Four of Cups? Out with the old and in with the new. Yeah, exactly. Don't look backward, look forward. Is there another ace there? No, there isn't. I thought there was. Yes, there is, right next to it. Look at that. That's the overall outcome for you. That's what's influencing the overall outcome for you. This is what you're going to be sort of like experiencing, but the reason you're experiencing it is because you're going to that. Out with the old and in with the new. Definite success heading this way, or heading your way. And in order to get that success, you've got to go. There's some things that you need to get sorted. And I think this is why this whole sort of patience comes in, and this vibrant energy that you have flowing through you. So there you go, Scorpio. Thank you for being here. I am going to be doing videos on the law of attraction and sort of manifestation within energy on the Cymatic TV channel, which is linked in the description below. Thank you very much for liking, sharing. Sharing really helps, so yeah, sharing is good. Obviously subscribing, clicking that bell and everything like that. I'll be doing the monthly readings next week, or the equinox reading, sorry, next week. So I will see you there for that. In the meantime, that's all for me left to say is, don't forget, life should be fun, so please do enjoy.